What up? Been a while. But I'm here to have a real serious conversation, cousins. Um, I was sitting on the phone talking to my daughter. And my daughter's 14. And I was talking to her niece. This was two different occasions. And they were saying how the children in their classrooms are so disrespectful towards the teacher. How on one occasion they had like they wouldn't listen. The teacher, she was trying to teach the class, they were like throwing shit at her. I mean, these are little teenagers, right? And we know that kids can be really mean, man, down to bullying. Adults are mean, right? And the lady, the teacher was getting ready. She was decorating. This is like the beginning of the school year. She's decorating her desk. She's bringing in flowers. She's preparing to stay and put in the work for our children. And these children have become unruly. They do not listen. They are very disrespectful. This drove this teacher to a mental institute. My daughter was like wondering, like, where did the teacher go? Haven't seen her for weeks. And then they started coming and removing things like the plants she brought and the supplies she brought from home and the curtains she had hung up and like different things they started noticing were being removed. And then they got another teacher. And then word got around, don't stay put too long, that the lady actually was put in a mental hospital. I'm saying this, and it starts at home. My children know not to disrespect older people. They know not to disrespect anybody in that manner that doesn't deserve the disrespect, right? My kids know that education is important. They know that you go to school to get your education, not to make friends, not to bully the teacher, not to antagonize the teacher. What I'm asking for my peoples, right? Because this generation is doomed at this point. And I'm so worried for the next, right? Because if you're paying attention, they're saying your children cannot read. Your children cannot write. Your children cannot comprehend. They do not understand. They cannot problem solve. But we so cool with making them YNs. As long as they got on the best sneakers, the best clothes, they best dressed. And that's what's important in this generation. And it's so sad because the ignorance is at an all-time high, right? So I need us as parents to really tap in with our children. We need to bring back belt the ass, punishment, take away shit, like the old school discipline, right? All of those tactics, no, they were not great tactics. Some of those did work though, right? Because the ones that I know that I grew up with, right? These people are well balanced. These people have figured it out. Excuse me, that's my sage running in the back. These people have figured it out, right? They're disciplined enough where they can navigate life. What I'm saying to you is something has to change in this narrative. It's more YNs than it is children that can read, children that are educated, children that want better for themselves. These babies are killing people with no remorse. Look at how many children have been arrested, locked up. And we're not talking about petty crimes like stealing bicycles or stealing a piece of candy from a store. We're talking about cold-blooded murder. Cold-blooded just robbing people, kidnapping. We have children kidnapping other children, sodomizing, like just torturing them, red rumming them, and like it has to start somewhere. It seriously has to start somewhere. There is no way that woman should have been put in a mental institute due to the actions of your children. I'm sorry. I think that is so sad. And I think we as a unit, as a community, we need to do better. And don't be the parent to be, my kid would never. Your kid is probably the main one doing it. Your kid is probably the ringleader. Yeah, you're the problem. You're the effing problem. If you are one of those, see, I was always that parent that I didn't justify my kids' shit. If they were in the wrong, they are wrong. Right, wrong, and indifferent, I'm going to listen. I'm going to hear it. But if you're wrong, I'm going to tell you you're wrong. One thing about me, right, people like, she's not this, I am fair. I don't care who you are. For instance, because I don't want to get off topic, I'm going to just say this. I am a fair person, whether you're my children or not. If I come to a school, my kid is in the wrong, and this teacher explains it to me like my child is in the, I'm not the adult to jump down somebody's throat, right? If you're correct. Now you'll hear me roar if you're wrong. You hear me? It's a big difference. I seen a video on, I think it was a TikTok, where a woman her daughter was like in a little grade, probably preschool, kindergarten, I'm not really sure. And she was, the lady has sent in a progress report to the mom, and the grades were kind of funny. The mom couldn't really read the report card, so that says a lot, right? We won't go there. She couldn't, understand, comprehend what this report card was. But then she got upset because all of the numbers, how her daughter was rated, was very low. As far as her name, as far as how she wrote her letters, her capital. When they're in the smaller grades, it's about your punctual, your writing. They want to teach you how to write proper, how you spell your name, your date. Can you put the date? So all of those things the child was being graded on. And the mother went off. She wrote her name, but it's not wrote to the requirements of the, to get you where you need to be at, your levels. So she was livid. She writes a letter. And it's so embarrassing. The letter literally reflects, wow, this child is, not comprehending, not because the mom is backing it. Back in the day, we would have to sit down. We had cursive books. We had regular books. We had number books. We had color books, flashcards. I still do that old school teaching with my grandkids. Like, that never goes old, and this will keep you on your shit. Right? I don't like to cuss during these, but you know how I get. Y'all know my mouth crazy. But more of the story. Bring back those old tactics. Our kids are sitting, not our kids, just in general, children are sitting around. They know every lyric to a song. They can mimic every TikTok dance. Put a math chart in front of them. Get them to read to you out loud. Spend some time with your kids. Everybody want to be popular. Everybody want to be an influencer. Everybody want to be this. Everybody want to be that. But you're taking that time away from your children. If you see that your children needs that time and that effort for you to put in to get their grades where they need to be at, then you take that time. You know what I'm saying? And as a mom, I shouldn't have to tell you that, right? But it's sad the way the teachers are quitting. First of all, they don't get paid enough to deal with the disrespect from your children. They don't. They make pennies. I had a lady cry to me, and she had a doctorate, and she make pennies. So remember this. Respect is a given, right? But you can't expect these teachers to respect your children if they come in disrespectful. I see a lot of videos where the students are fighting the teachers, and you really think these people are human. You really think for 1 second that they're not gonna, I'm not gonna let somebody run up on me and hurt me. Like, y'all be wanting these teachers to be like, back it up, don't touch me, girl. Listen, the minute you come in arm's reach, teacher, now I'm gonna put you on your back, because now you too close. You could have talked to me from over there. So y'all have to be mindful. Show your kids not to be a bully, because they seeing it. Now the letter had in it all kind of misspelled shit, all kind of yelling. You know how motherfuckers be yelling like they texting. It was literally wrote like she was texting, and then she, when people was like cussing her out, like, girl, you got the nerve. If I was the teacher, I would have like, I don't even know how that teacher looked at that letter once she got it, because it looked like the little baby had wrote it. The handwriting was terrible. The spelling was terrible. It was like a one run-on sentence. And it's like, okay, all right, we got to start somewhere. So let's start at home. Not to shade the mom, But baby, you were standing up for something that starts with you. You can't even write. How you mad at the teacher for doing her job is crazy to me. So now she's cussing this woman out. That's bullying. You're dead ass wrong. Your daughter shit looks crazy. Sit with her. Simple shit. You're the problem. And until we acknowledge that we are the problem sometimes, right? It's going to always be a problem. So, with that being said, cousins, I don't want to make this long and drawn out. You get the message. Keep your kids from bullying them teachers. Because people are going to go postal and they're going to lose it. It's going to be targeted towards the wrong people. You have these teachers quitting their jobs because your kids are unruly. Couldn't be me. I'm just saying.